I'd like to welcome everybody to the October 10th meeting of the City of Brentwood Planning and Zoning Commission. If you'll please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Michael Damon,
Here.
Mark Papaza,
Here.
Rebecca Jacobs,
Here.
Jeff Moore,
Here.
Paul Moran,
Here.
John Denver is here, John Ritter,
Here.
Lisa Sherlin.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nuremberger. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the September 12th, 2018 minutes of the commission? Are there any changes to said minutes or objections to them being approved by acclamation? Seeing none, be approved by acclamation. We have one item on the agenda tonight under old business, and that is the McDonald's application for an amendment to the conditional use permit and the site plan. The commission will recall we took this up at the last regular meeting as well as the September subcommittee meeting. And is the applicant here this evening? Please step forward, sir, and introduce yourself. And sorry to make you walk.
My name is Jeff Bracco. I'm with the Farnsworth Group. We're an engineering firm. We're the applicant for McDonald's on this particular project.
Same company as Mr. Polk?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Polk from Mr. Bracco's organization has been at the last two meetings. The commission will recall that at the last regular meeting, the commission was generally favorable to the application. Had two concerns, as I recall, one being landscape and two being traffic. And the city retained its landscape architect and its traffic engineer to render an opinion as to whether or not this application satisfied their concerns. And the subcommittee took that up at the subcommittee meeting. And their findings are reflected in the meeting minutes, which you should have in front of you. And as you can see, Mr. Frankie from Planning Design Studio, the city's landscape architect, made several recommendations to which the applicant was amenable. And Mr. Cannon from CBB did not have any recommendations and was satisfied with the traffic and the parking configuration. Ms. Kirkemeyer, has the applicant incorporated Mr. Frankie's recommendations into its site plan?
So the landscaping comments still have not all been integrated into the plan. However, again, communications, even since the site plan committee, there will be the revisions made, and they're, as you said, amenable to making those changes. So we did go ahead, though, because they haven't been addressed yet in the revised site plans. We have them listed as in the recommendation in the staff report. So it's.
And that's your understanding, Mr. Bracco, that the applicant is amenable to those recommendations?
It is, sir.
Okay, very good. Any other questions or comments from commissioners on this application? And if not, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Nuremberger?
I'll make the motion that we move forward and pass as submitted as for approval for the changes that they're looking to do.
With the recommendations of Mr. Frankie incorporated?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mark Papaza,
Yes.
Rebecca Jacobs,
Yes.
Jeff Moore,
Yes.
Palmer Mann,
Yes.
John Denver is yes, John Ritter,
Yes.
Lisa Sherlin.
Yes.
Motion passes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Bracco, you will be up. You can work with Ms. Kirkemeyer as to when you'll be up before the Board of Aldermen.
right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay. We have one item under new business this evening, and that addresses the other person in the audience. Michael Hart, the commission will recall, spent 3 years on the Planning and Zoning Commission and 6 years on the Board of Adjustment before, I don't know what he was thinking, but he decided to move out of the city of Brentwood. So, Mr. Hart, I want to take this opportunity to recognize you and commend you for your 8 years of community service. Thank you very much, sir. If you'd care to give a speech, you can, although you certainly are not required to.
No.
Okay.
I'll reserve.
You can come get your plaque here in about 2 minutes. Aldermanic report, I see no alderman. City planners report, Ms. Kirkmeyer?
Just briefly, I guess, the Manchester Road Plan Advisory Committee's work is moving along. We just had a meeting this past Monday evening, and we've turned the bubble diagrams of what our vision is for Manchester Road now into the beginnings of a master plan and looking at coming up with more building modules and things, how things should look along the corridor. So the next meeting, again, it's open. Anyone is welcome to come. It's Monday, October 29th, again at 6 o'clock. It probably will have to be here in the chambers. I haven't set the location yet, but you're welcome to attend. I'll send it out to the full commission. But now the next meeting, we're going to really start getting into the whole zoning controls issue and design standards and other appearance standards. So we'll have a draft that we'll present to the people that are there. It's probably going to, I think, go the route that we're going to establish just a new zoning district for the Manchester Road corridor. So you're all familiar with this, going through text amendments before in the comp plan process. But we've got a great working committee, and the more the merrier. So
Very good.
does anyone have any specific questions? Or we should be able to still keep to the timetable of the moratorium, if that's maybe what anyone was wondering. So with that being said, we would probably be looking, even probably at the November meeting, we'll have some discussion on it and might be bringing those amendments back to your December meeting. So, and we do have an application already filed too for the November meeting. So it's, again, we definitely will have a November meeting, and we probably will have to have a December one as well.
Okay.
So.
Any questions for Ms. Kirkmeyer? All right, thank you, Ms. Kirkmeyer. We have no need for a subcommittee in October. Ms. Kirkmeyer, you can handle the rationale for this application. Any other business this evening? All right. Now that Ms. Smith has arrived, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
That is
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Nurnberger, second by Ms. Schuring. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, stand adjourned. Thank you.